My definition of retail is where people buy things one at a time off the shelf. And stores are still a huge part of retail. But the shelf can be increasingly virtual, and we'll talk about the virtual shelf as well. But it's not group buying, it's not collective buying, it's you. It's you going to look for something, having that experience, and deciding that you're going to make this purchase. That's retail. Pretty exciting place. So what's different? What is different about the dimensions of retail in other countries? And if you don't travel much, there's some pretty eye-opening experiences once you start traveling abroad. This is my favorite shot to bring you, because I think it's a classic of the most basic elements of retail. This woman carries her store on the head and walks to work to the construction site and sets up her shop on the blanket. And it's an interesting study in retail because she's got these jars. That's her inventory. And she's got to know her customer. She's got to know what is it they want for lunch, for break. What will they buy? That's my inventory. That's my only shot to sell them. She's got something here in these canisters for drink. So this is kind of the most basic art of retail that goes back in centuries. Know your customer, create an experience, bring the product to them, and you'll be successful. What's interesting about the photo, though, is you notice she's gazing. Where's she looking? Over here. She's got competition. And the competition's got a purple jar. Everyone has a competitor today. Everyone. It's no longer where you can have this superstore or exclusive product. This lady has a competitor. She's got to do all the basics of retail, of engaging those customers, having the right product mix, and to be successful. Virtual stores. This is probably the most talked about because it's an interesting transition in store design. The whole store is virtual. This is a store in South Korea. The whole store is literally photographed, and QR codes are on every item. And when you go down to the subway, the entire store is on the subway wall. Why? South Koreans hate going on the subway to shop. Many of them commute 2 hours one way to their job. Last thing you want to do is go on the subway to go buy groceries. So on the way to work or home from work, you scan your grocery list, and they deliver it to your home. And the interesting part of this story, this was created by one of the oldest food retailers in the world, Tesco, out of London. This is their home store. So there's an example where somebody really has thought through the process of the consumer, making the experience convenient, making it so overwhelming, compelling that people want to shop this way. And this shot's very interesting because they're now taking it out of the subway, and this is in a mall, very high traffic mall. And you can see the people up and down are all over the center of the mall buying food there. This would give a Walmart or a Carrefour run for money in terms of convenience and shoppability. This was interesting technology that's in a Saturn store in Amsterdam. And it's the biggest technology footprint I've seen. The size of this space is like over 400 square feet, 20 by 20. And you walk up to this thing, and the lifestyle avatar starts walking you through. Hey, you, there, come here. Let me show you what you can do. It was just an amazing interactive sort of thing. And then when you go up to the kiosk, there's a Samsung phone, a Samsung tablet, Samsung TV. What they're doing is starting to tell the connected story. Impressive, impressive, interactive automation product. So that's going to be new. A while back, I published this blog. I actually got this idea from Don Pepper. It's the greatest way I know of explaining the difference between product centricity and consumer centricity. And what the old world was on the purple line was all about what? What do you want? What features do you want? What assortment do you want? What price are you willing to pay? And we measured the business in market share. The consumers have shifted. They've shifted to how. And that's why I love the AT&T store. It's about how do I do my using? How do I do my lifestyle? And I'll let you go find the blog on RCE, but it's an interesting case study of the switch. The retailers that are suffering worldwide are stuck on product. They're like that ice fisherman. They're still trying to do promotion price. The ones that are winning are actually doing both. You have to do both. The store. What's different today is traditional marketing doesn't work the same way. P&G, Procter & Gamble, is going to spend 40 to 50% of their advertising on digital media, not on traditional media. New ways to bring the store. John Lewis, using the web to actually bring people to the store. But we still have to convert. Once that traffic gets to the store, Redbox being the store, I got to sell something. I got to get you to buy. Because if I lose the trip, particularly in a technology store, I might not get you back for 6 months. But there's no money in the device. If I sell you the tablet, I make 5% of 500. I can't pay for the store. I can't pay for the people. So when you look at what has to happen, this has to be that customer experience that creates the value that Jim Knight talked about. Unless there's a wow, you're not going to step up and buy more than the device. And the money's in the basket. So most of these retailers have got to figure out how to recreate the wow factor. Now, at the end of the day, you're going to have larger gross margin, profit, etc. But the science of this is, what do I invest in here that makes the difference where the consumer is saying, I want to shop here. This is a good place to shop. They take care of you. They fix your phone. Great people here. They explain it in English, not in technobabble. So I think, the essence of this thing is changing from a product mentality of merchandising products to how to create this thing where consumers want to shop, want to discover the solution, et cetera.